What's popping, good people? You know it's Friday, and you know what that means. Yet another opportunity, another bright day for Friday Live, right here, bench warmers. Now you see the thing about today is, obviously, if you've been a good follower of bench warmers, you will realize that there's an essential part of this machine missing. Of course, I'm talking about my very capable co-host, Mr. Jazani. Look to your left, look to your right. Jazz is nowhere to be seen. Why? Because I'm sure him, just like many of us, they don't. He doesn't make a living through his good looks and his charm. So he had to take some time off, go and earn that bread. And it being a Friday, it being end month, unfortunately he couldn't make it on time. But you know what? Just like any good co-host, I'm a hold down fort for my brother. Because you know what? On Benchwarmers, that's what we do. We hold each other's back. And that's why we've been able to do this for 1 year. Keep on keeping on. As we like to say, we give the people what they want. And we promised you at 2 o'clock we'll be here, and it's 2 o'clock in sunny Nairobi, and we're here. Well, I'm here, but it's all good. Anyway, without further ado, before I forget, let's dive straight into our lunch and learn. I know for some of you, you've just had your lunch. Some of you just finished your lunch. Others, I mean, you just, you know what, you're on that slim diet, so you've not had lunch, you've juiced, you've had your juice, but it's all good. In our lunch and learn today, actually interesting fact from the internet. And once again, I cannot confirm or deny the truth or the lack of truth in this statement. But did you know that Larry Lewis, at age 101, did the 100-yard dash in 17.28 seconds, setting the world record for a 100-yard dash for the person's over 100 years. You know, when I looked at this statistic, first of all, I had all the questions. I had very many questions. First of all, which bastard is making 100-plus-year-old individuals run? I mean, if they want to run for good measure, that's fine, but don't time them. Let the people have their fun. But all credit to you, Larry Harris. I mean, you kept it. You didn't go down. I mean, you ran a 100-yard dash in 27.8 seconds or 17.8 seconds. Number two, I'm sure that speed by Larry Lewis, sorry, it's faster than Per Mertesacker running back to defend for Arsenal. I'm not even throwing shade. I'm very, very serious. Have you ever watched Per Mertesacker defend? Once you lob that ball on top of over his head, you might as well just count it as a score. I mean, there's no coming back from that one. Anyway, that was your useless fact from the internet. Once again, here at Benchwarmers, we can neither confirm nor deny the truth to that statement. But if you're alive, Mr. Larry, all credit to you. Here at Benchwarmers, we shout you out. Hike Otieno, I see you. I see you joining in. Thanks, my brother, for supporting the brand. And Hike, you have to be serious. You have to come back to the pitch. Because you're starting to get a bit thick around the waist. At this rate, we'll call you circumference. Yeah, that was a bad one. Anyway, what to look out for, what's hot this coming weekend? In terms of sports, obviously, there's the Mexico Grand Prix taking place this particular weekend. And I'm sure at the moment there's qualifications going on. I cannot give you the timings as of yet, but it's all good. At the moment, it's the shootout between Mr. Lewis Hamilton, the defending champion, and Nico Rosberg, who wants to reclaim his title. So, so that's one thing to look out for. Basically, this championship is for Nico to lose, because all he needs to do is come second in all the races. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to be a hero. He doesn't need to be reckless. I mean, the reckless stuff, leave it for Max Verstappen. Talking about Max Verstappen, he's a new kid on the block. You never know what Max has up his sleeve. That's for sure. That's for sheezy. You just never know. Could he be the winning factor in this coming weekend? Or will it be Team Mercedes all the way? Because so far, Mercedes have been way ahead of the rest. Does Team Red Bull have anything to say about it? We'll find out this coming weekend. Actually, free practice should be on today. Then there's the qualifications tomorrow, and the race is on Sunday. It's a night race. The race is taking place at 10 p.m. local time. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to turn up. One place you can definitely turn up is Kachoi. It's Choices along Baricho Road. Shout out to you good folks at Choices. Shout out to you Fahad. Shout out to you Michael Wanjala. And CP, I know you're a bit off at the moment, but tuko pamoja, my brother. Don't worry, you're not in this alone. Right here at Benchwarmers, we support you through this journey. So anyway, that's something to look out for. Will Ferrari mount a challenge this coming weekend? The answer is no. Yeah, Jazz, I see you. You have hope with your Scuderia Ferrari, but the answer is no. Because at the moment, Ferrari are riding a tractor. They do not have a car. I mean, my car is faster than a Ferrari. Okay, I lie, but you know what I mean. It's a straight shootout between Team Mercedes and Team Red Bull. So that's the first thing to look out for this coming weekend. Kachoi will be there with my co-host. Let us know where you'll be watching it from, and let's keep the conversation going. Other thing to look out for, of course, I know this is a niche sort of market. Not many people follow it, but there's cricket between Bangladesh and England. Now, even though I look like someone who knows much about cricket, I will not pretend to have followed up on the cricket at the moment, but that's something you are looking forward to. At the moment, I think I'm not sure if Bangladesh are still batting, or they've turned round, because actually by the last time I checked the internet, they'd gone for lunch. You see, the thing about cricket, you can actually take a break and go for lunch. Yeah, it's a test match. My good friend Jazz has just let me know it's a test match. So, yeah, you see, even though he's not here, I mean, he's just supporting me. That's how we keep it here at Benchwarmers. We warm the bench together. Not physically, but through the interwebs. So anyway, I know Aleki, you're a good follower of test cricket. I'm sure you'll keep us posted on what's going on. Let's keep the conversation going on the Twitters. Other sports to watch out for, of course, it's football. Now, football, first of all, I'm going to let you know that as we speak, if you're anywhere along Thika Road, what you need to do is not get stuck in traffic. Because, you know, background here, there's a bit of traffic. Don't get caught in traffic. Just branch off at Kasarani. Go and support the ladies. Because the Kenya Starlets, at the moment, they're playing an international friendly against Egypt. Now, the thing about the Starlets is they've been on the low. But those girls are doing quite a good job. Shout out to you, Carol Radul, because I know on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, you've been advocating for fans to come out. And right here at Benchwarmers, we are advocating for the same. Go support the ladies because, we all need love. In the famous words of MTV Mama winning Sauti Soul, we all need love. We all need affection. And the way that you're looking at me, I can feel a connection. Anyway, go support the ladies because you know what? They need our support. They're not getting the love as their male counterparts, but it's an opportunity for you to go and watch soccer, watch good soccer, branch off at Kasarani. Now on to international football. Match of the weekend, match to watch out for. Of course, there's plenty of football action in the EPL. There's been a bit of a break last week in the Champions League, of course, and midweek in the EFL, where Manchester United finally restored some pride after beating rivals Manchester City, and West Ham bundling Chelsea out of the competition. Now the thing about West Ham is I was not impressed with the crowd trouble. Y'all need to sort that out because even in your new stadium, just as they say, you can take the village boy out of the village. What do they say? No, I forget. Anyway, match to watch out for this particular weekend. The match that I'll be watching out for, despite my lovely Arsenal playing. Match of the weekend is defending champions Leicester taking on unbeaten Tottenham Hotspur. Now, the thing about Tottenham is, of course, first of all, shout out to you, Victor Wanyama, our own homeboy. You're there representing. We are with you all the way. And you know the thing about us Kenyans, we claim our own. I mean, we rule America. Shout out to you, Obizi, Barack Obama. So anyway, It's Claudio Ranieri versus Pochettino this coming weekend. That's the match that's hot. Now, the thing about Leicester is, so far in the Champions League, they've been beasts. They've been bowling. No goals conceded. But in the English Premier League, they've been done dirty. 4 goals against Manchester United. 3 goals against Chelsea. Will they reign supreme away at the White Hart Lane as they take on Tottenham? That's a big game. That's a big game. Tottenham have the likes of course, Victor Wanyama, who's part of our football fantasy team. He's doing good points for us. We also have Vertonghen and Kyle Walker. Those are part of our fantasy football team. But for Leicester, they have the likes of Riyad Mahrez. They have the Algerian combination of Islam Slimani and Mahrez. So, I mean, Jazz thinks that they'll get that lemon booty, but we're yet to see. So that's the match to watch out for. That's the match that I'm waiting for. And this is my word of advice. If you have a bit of money and you want to put it on a football game, I would strongly advise you. Since here on Benchwarmers, we don't call draws. We don't sit on the fence. We do not sit on the fence. It's either a win or a loss. No draws. And just based on that fact, I will strongly advise you to go with Tottenham. Why? Because at the moment, they're undefeated in the English Premier League. They play a very good high press, and they'll put Leicester under massive pressure. Leicester have been very good in the Champions League, but unfortunately, the words of the former Prime Minister don't count when you're talking about Leicester. Former Prime Minister told us that usione Simba amenyeshewa ukadhani ni paka. But unfortunately, the Foxes, I mean, they're not doing any good in the English Premier League. So as a betting man, I'll be putting my money on Tottenham. But once again, remember, responsible betting. Because the landlord doesn't know that you have a multi-bet waiting. Don't be a fool. Be responsible. Shout out to you, Njo Key. I see you've joined. Never too late. And a question to you, Njo Key. Are those 2 names or it's 1 name and there's a bit of a pause? When I meet you down the street, do I call you Njo Key or do I call you Njo Key? Anyway, that's a question for another day. Njoki, shout out to you. And yes, baby, the NBA is back. First game in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors took on the Spurs. And despite having the services of newly signed Kevin Durant, they got that lemon booty when they took on the Spurs. I mean, they were done dirty. They were done dirty. We talk about a super team. A team that has Klay Thompson, that has back-to-back undisputed MVP Steph Curry. They have the nuts kicking Draymond Green. And recently included Kevin Durant. But they still couldn't beat the Spurs. Shout out to you, Maureen Magoya. I see you. I see you. You've joined us. Never too late to join the Benchwarmers. And in case you missed it earlier, today I'm alone. But I see my homie Jazz just keeping me busy. Super teams lost by 29 points. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. His former team, OKC, is also playing this coming weekend. And what I want you guys to do is, I know they are ardent fans of NBA. Shout out to you, Rafo. Rafo is an NBA head. He, in fact, when I had questions whether J.R. Smith had resigned with the Cavs, Rafo told me, bruh, where have you been living? Homie resigned. So anyway, shout out to you, Rafo. I know you're a follower of the NBA. Let's keep the conversation going. We'll be following that up as it goes on. You know, the NBAs take place at crazy o'clock, but you never know. I mean, if you're there anywhere along Langata Road, just ask the good folks at those adult establishments just to put for you a bit of basketball. Yeah, I see you. Shout out to you, CK Biggie, one of our ardent followers in the NBA. Anyway, anything else I must have missed out, Mr. Jazani? Nothing? No? Anyway, one good thing that my co-host has told me, Jazz, is, you know, Jazz, I call him Kanye West. Why? Because he has these brilliant ideas. No, I'm not talking about his dressing, because I would never allow him in the podcast with that Kanye outfit. But anyway, what Jazani has done, he's come up with what he likes to call "As You Warm the Bench." It's a nice mix of some of the work we've done and some good music, just to get you into that groove of the weekend. You know, already I'm on my weekend groove, looking nice, looking fresh. Edwin Pablo Machanje, I see you brother. Pablo nakuona, kazi bado tunachapa. Kapedu tunaenda hiyo weekend ingine. Kenya Cup is starting. Of course we'll be keeping you updated on that as the Kenya Cup draws near, but this particular weekend there's no rugby action. So it's pretty chilled, pretty relaxed. I know some of you Kenya Cup teams are eating that kambuzi. Margaret Atieno, you shout out my nice outfit. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby girl. It's looking lovely, ain't it? Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, even though I've been alone, I've really not felt alone. Anyway, before I forget, shout out to my good people across the pond. Plus 256. Shout out to you, Chinanka. I know we've been keeping tabs. We've been talking. Let us know how Uganda Cup is going. How is your league going? And you never know. My bench warmers might just be there at Kabaragara eating Rolex. You never know when you see us hopping on a border. Once we get those sponsors on board, we might do a tour of the East African region. But anyway, without further ado, I don't want to keep you here any longer. I know you guys are outstanding citizens of the community. You're working hard to better our economy, even though some people out here hustling backwards, taking us back. But I don't want to keep you here for long. I've spoken more than I need to. So unless you all have anything else to say, I think as I love to put it, I love to please, but I beg to leave. Will you allow me to leave? Will you allow me to leave? Before you leave, Benchwarmers, we out on iTunes. Yes, we big time like that. We on iTunes, baby. Not only are we on iTunes, we are on Stitcher as well. Search for us, Benchwarmers KE, on the Stitcher app. Search for us, Benchwarmers KE, on iTunes. And subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And, the more you keep showing us that love, the more we keep loving you right back. Anyway, without further ado, that was this week's episode of Friday Live. Stay tuned for the next episode. Tony Shihem, you're a bit late, but thanks for tuning in, my brother. I know you're down there in New Zealand. I saw your picture. You're putting that work in the gym. It's good to see you after that recovering from your injury. Shout out to you. We keep, we are global now. We are even in New Zealand. That's how we do it on Benchwarmers. But I've babbled long enough. I've rambled long enough. Just tell a friend to hit the like button. Just like that, we out. I'll see you.